palm. Exactly. What about the ADCC 2022 Superfight? Of course, the status of that match was always...
I don't know the answer to that.
The status of the match was always unclear, but now it's completely chaos. It's complete chaos because, well, the story behind the ADCC Superfight was quite simple, right? Gordon, having won ADCC 2019, the Absolute Division, he qualified. He put himself into the number one challenger spots. He was the contender for Andre Galvao's Superfight title. Andre Galvao, the Superfight champion since 2013. 2013, 2015, 2017, and 2019, he won and defended the title. And then Gordon, having won the Absolute Division in 2019, would have faced off with Andre at the next ADCC, the one that's due to take place in September 2022. So, for many reasons, the match with Galvao was never certainty, right? It was never definitely going ahead. There were a lot
That's one way
questions.
to put it, I would say.
But even from day one, because if you think about it, Galvao was supposed to retire after that match with Pena. In fact, he said to us, he's like, I'm done. He's like, that's it. No more. Like, this is going to be my last one. All his teammates at Atos were telling me, like, the day of the competition, he's done. And then he wins against Pena, and he walks out, and he does the face-off with Gordon. It's like, yeah, I'm going to come back in 2 years, and I'm going to take Gordon on. And although those guys were right next to me, and they were like, wait, what? Like, we didn't expect that. So Galvao led us to believe that there was a chance. But then things broke down, right? Because Galvao, he wanted more money, you know? He felt that the ADCC had more to offer him. And then there was the infamous physical altercation, let's call it, that happened just a couple of months ago. If there was any doubt that the match was was going ahead or not, that really dealt some damage to the prospect of that match taking place, right, Corey?
Absolutely. We haven't heard any news as far as what's happening with Galvao, but this kind of brings something interesting like an interesting idea to me, in that whether or not Gordon was ever going to will be able to make it to the ADCC fight. We've seen plenty of times where the super fight winner does not return. That happened for a number of years consecutively in like the early mid 2000s.
True.
But this may be the first time, if Gordon does not make it to the super fight, maybe the first time that neither the super fight champ nor the absolute champ make it to the super fight.
That's a great point. That is a very, very good point. I think that there may be one instance of that happening in the past, and we'll have to really dig back into the ADCC annals to find the example of that taking place. But you're right. It does. It puts things into a very difficult position because the smart money was on. If Galvao didn't want to do the match with Gordon at ADCC, then make the match with Felipe Pena. Right. That's what everybody was saying. Well, it's fine. Pena was the one who beat Gordon in 2017. He lost to Galvao in 2019. But everybody wants to see Pena versus Gordon again, right? That third match, and that was the perfect place to do it. But now both Galvao and Gordon are out. Pena's there. You know, does he deserve that spot for the super fight? Possibly. But who's he going to face? Who's the worthy challenger who could take on Pena in the ADCC super fight? The runner-up from the Absolute Division, which was Buchecha? I don't know. It doesn't feel right to call on a second runner-up to try and take that position. So you have two runners-up basically fighting for a title because nobody else is available. It's a very, very strange question. And who knows? Maybe by September 2022, maybe Gordon will be in a position to return. We just don't know is the truth. But the ADCC super fight for me is just... it's complete chaos now.
It's definitely out of our hands, we should say, and I'm curious to see what the Federation decides to do should Gordon remain out of competition at that point. There is no easy answer as far as we can tell at this moment, but we still have some time. You know, it's a year and a half away still, so who knows what might develop by then.